never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer, fine.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. I hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. Today here on the channel we're going to be talking about wrestling. So if you have any thoughts on anything in the wrestling world, please feel free to let me know. We'll start with Survivor Series War Games, which took place Saturday night at the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. We kicked off the show with the Women's War Games match, and it was won by Team Belair. They defeated Team Bayley. And in case you missed SmackDown Friday night, the fifth member of Team Belair, which was announced on SmackDown, was the returning Becky Lynch. AJ Styles defeated Finn Balor. Ronda Rousey beat Shotzi to retain the SmackDown Women's Championship. Austin Theory beat Seth freaking Rollins and Bobby Lashley to become the new United States Champion. And the Bloodline defeated the Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens, in the main event in the men's War Games match. They only had 5 matches because the War Games matches are going to be 45 minutes apiece, so that's an hour and a half of TV right there. But you can't have a match like War Games and try to rush it and make it be over in 25 minutes. It's just not going to be very good. In order for the match to be good and compelling, it has to last a long time. So the Women's War Games match and the Men's War Games match was an hour and a half, just those 2 matches. So it left roughly an hour and a half for the other 3 matches, including promos and the sign-on and the national anthem and the theme songs and all that kind of good stuff. So 5 matches are really not that bad. One thing that I really like about Triple H taking over is he's allowing the matches to tell stories, which is the way wrestling is supposed to be. And he's allowing everybody to have a storyline and actually let the storyline go all the way through and finish. Because we know when Vince was there, he had a bad habit of starting a storyline with somebody and then a month later it would just out of the blue disappear. And then the person would show back up the next month and they're all of a sudden involved in a brand new angle and you're wondering, well, where'd the last one go? But Vince was notorious for doing that. Triple H actually starts this stuff and lets it play out, lets it finish, which is the way that it should be. But for whatever reason, Ronda Rousey is just not working. I don't know what happened because, in my personal opinion, the first time she was there, not that she left, but we know she left to have a baby, but the first time she was there, in my opinion, she was very successful and was very good. But since she came back, she's just been so boring. And I don't know exactly what's happened, but her as champion is just, it's just not working. And everybody thought that they were giving up on Austin Theory when he cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase a few weeks back for the U.S. Championship and didn't win it. But now he is the United States champion. But if you watched the Raw the past couple of weeks, he has gotten rid of the cell phone. He's no longer walking around taking selfies. So I think Triple H is just molding Austin Theory into what he wants him to be, not what Vince McMahon wanted him to be. I don't think Austin Theory is going anywhere anytime soon. That's just my personal opinion. But now we've got to watch Raw tonight and see some of the fallout from Survivor Series War Games. Saturday night, I was at 1200 Chivers Avenue, Buckhead, Georgia for some Georgia Championship Wrestling. It was a great night of wrestling action. We crowned a brand new champion Saturday night as Hayes Jensen become the new GCW television champion. I'll be back at 1200 Chivers Avenue coming up on Saturday, December 17th, and already announced for that night, former Ring of Honor, former Impact, and former WWE superstar Jimmy Jacobs is challenging GCW World Champion Chop Top for the GCW World Heavyweight Championship. And we're going to have our first ever women's match at 1200 Chivers Avenue when the natural born legend Crystal Rose takes on Jessica Black. All that and more will be coming up on Saturday, December 17th at Georgia Championship Wrestling. Follow them on Facebook for all the details at Georgia Championship Wrestling. Yesterday afternoon, I was at UWF in Colbert, Georgia, 6687 Highway 72 West Colbert, Georgia. Our biggest show of the year for UWF is coming up in 2 weeks on Sunday, December the 11th. Doors will open at 4 o'clock. Bell time will be 4:30. The contract was signed yesterday, so coming up in 2 weeks will be the UWF World Championship as UWF champion Stevie Ray Frost puts the title on the line against number one contender Nick Halen. And yesterday afternoon, Jaden Vane was arrested for attacking D.C. Washington. But D.C. said if he's out of jail in 2 weeks, he wants to face him in a one-on-one match coming up on Sunday, December the 11th. Don't forget you can follow UWF on Facebook at Ultimate Wrestling Federation. And you can also watch a brand new installment of Ultimate Wrestling Federation. There's a brand new episode on YouTube each and every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. sharp. So I encourage you to watch UWF each and every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time sharp. This upcoming Friday, I will be at NCW 4246 Level Grove Road, Cornelia, Georgia. Already announced for this Friday, Austin Thorne is going one-on-one with Marcus Adams. Big Andy's no longer suspended. He returns. He will take on D.C. Washington. And the Grapplers in a tag team match against Mama's House. All that and more will take place Friday night at 4246 Level Grove Road, Cornelia, Georgia, at the historic Landmark Arena. Doors will open at 7 o'clock. Bell time will be 8 o'clock. And you can follow NCW on Facebook at National Championship Wrestling. And this Saturday night, I will be at Southern Fried Championship Wrestling, 405 Community Court in Monroe, Georgia. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Their bell time will be 7 o'clock. This Saturday night, the show is called The King's Road. And some of the matches you'll see Saturday night, Matt Sales goes one-on-one with Zach Mosley. CT Keys puts the Southern Fried Championship on the line against Will Caution. And in a ladies match, Brooklyn Creed goes one-on-one with Cat Spencer. All that and more is taking place Saturday night. The King's Road for Southern Fried Championship Wrestling. Doors will open at 6 o'clock. Bell time will be 7 o'clock. 405 Community Court in Monroe, Georgia. So hopefully this week I will see you Friday night at NCW and Saturday night at Southern Fried. And you can follow Southern Fried on Facebook at Southern Fried Championship Wrestling. You can also catch every one of their shows on YouTube just by typing up Southern Fried Championship Wrestling. Again, any thoughts on any of it, please feel free to let me know. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. What do you call an angry carrot? A steamed veggie. And that wraps it up with today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.